Hello everyone, it's dragonplatinum here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the Halloween event on Fisch. Now, at the time of making this video, I'm not exactly sure when the Fisch Halloween event is going to end, so try to do it as quickly as possible. As of recording this video, it is currently the 22nd, so you do still have quite a bit of time until Halloween actually rolls around, but I just wanted to show you guys how to complete the event, as well as, there's a couple special codes you can use, and I'll also give you guys some tips and tricks on how to maybe complete the event a little bit quicker. Now, first things first, I'm going to get the easy stuff out of the way. The first thing I want to talk about is there is currently 2 special codes that you can use to get a bunch of money, a title, and a brand new bobber for your fishing rod. Now, in order to use these codes, all you have to do is go up into the menu, scroll down, and you can see that there is a special code bar right here that we're going to put our codes in. Now, our first code is Fischfright 2024. This is the Halloween specific code. I imagine that this code is going to be active for as long as the event is, but with this code you're going to get $2,024 as well as a candy corn bobber, which I will show you really quickly. So here it is. This is the special candy corn bobber that you will get using that code. And the other code is thanks for 10 mil. Now this code, you will get 40% faster lure speed for 1 hour, which is extremely helpful for this event. And you will get the 10 mil title as well as $10,000. So you'll get a special little effect in the bottom left corner that gives you much faster lure speed whenever you are fishing, which is really good for when the special event areas show up where you have to catch the event fish. It's extremely helpful for that. So maybe if you can, hold off on getting this code until you're ready to use it. So now that the easy stuff is out of the way, now we can talk about the witch that is currently behind me. She is our main quest giver for this event. You are going to be bringing items back to her in order to get special Halloween themed event items. Now, in order to get her items, all you have to do is wait for a special little green text to pop up at the top of your screen saying that 3 witches ingredients have spawned on a random island. Now, as far as I know, these items will only spawn on Moosewood, Mushgrove, Roselet, Snowcap, Sunstone, and Terrapin. Any other spaces, they will not be spawning, so you just have to worry about those islands. Now, as for the location of the items, it seems to be completely random. They will pretty much spawn all over the island. They're not super hard to find. I will show you guys a couple of the locations where I managed to find mine. But yeah, they're really not that hard to find, especially because when you get close to them, a little ingredient tag will pop up over their head, and it makes it a little bit easier to find them. And the reason I think they're also kind of randomly placed is because I've actually had 2 items spawn on top of each other in the same spot. So I got a feeling that there's only a certain amount of spots they can spawn. So I'll show you guys what how I found them. But if you do have a different location where you found your ingredients, let people know down in the comments below. We can all help each other out, sort of. I'm only one guy, so I think I spent 5 hours getting all this information that I have, so it's much easier when a lot of people are working together. So if you do know where some items are, feel free to drop it in the comments down below and help some other people out. Now, once you have the witch's ingredient in your inventory, you're going to want to come back to Moosewood and come back to the witch, and you're going to want to hold the ingredient in your hand and use it on the cauldron. Now, the first 6 witches ingredients that you submit will give you special items. The first event item you'll receive is the Jacko Bobber, as well as the title Ghostly Angler. Upon giving your second ingredient, you'll receive the Dark Art Skull Bobber, as well as the Hallowed title. The third ingredient will give you the Bat Bobber, as well as the Nightmare Angler. Now, it's a little bit hard to see in here, so let me just show it on my character. You can see it right here. I think it's probably my favorite bobber of the bunch. Now, for your fourth ingredient, you will actually receive 3 enchanted relics. These are really, really good for enchanting your fishing rods, so I highly recommend getting these. Now, on your 5th ingredient, you'll receive the Haunted Rod, which is actually a really, really good rod, especially if you're just starting out. If I go in my equipment bag here, you can see the stats for it. It's got a 50% luck, as well as catching 1,000 pounds, up to 1,000 pounds. So honestly, this one is a really good rod, especially the fact that it also allows you to get the special Fischfright mutations all year round. As long as you have this rod, you can get the 2 special mutations that it comes with. And I actually have those mutations with me right now. It gives the Ghastly mutation, which basically just turns them kind of like spooky and ethereal. And it also gives the Sinister variation, which it makes them kind of look like the Darkened variation, except they have like all this sort of like black smoke all over the place. So 2 really cool variations of fish that you can get, but you have to have that rod, because the only time you can get these special like variations of the fish is during Fischfright, or if you have this rod. I should also mention it is kind of cool when you do catch a Halloween variation of a fish with this rod. It will like put like a little jack-o'-lantern smile on the front of the rod and do like a little like evil laugh, so that you know you are actually getting like a Halloween variation of fish because you're using that rod. I think it's kind of cool. Now once you put the 6th ingredient in, you will get a brand new ship. And this one is actually insane. You'll receive the Flying Dutchman, which has a speed of 80, steering of 30 degrees, and acceleration of 0.2. So if I spawn this bad boy in, it is a big ship, it is a glowing ship, and if you are just starting out, it is really nice to have this, because you're going to save a lot of money, and it's honestly a pretty decently quick ship, so it's not bad to have. And if you're wondering what happens if you do give extra ingredients to the witch even after you have already given your 6, you'll receive $500 per ingredient that you give. So if you are on a private server or somewhere where you can get all 3 of those ingredients every single time they appear, it's just an easy $1,500. It's just a nice little bonus to get if you need it or if you want it. Again, it's also great early game money. So really helping out the early game players with this event. It's like really good for them. Now we're going to talk about the event fish. And in order to catch event fish, you're going to have to wait for a special little orange text that will pop up on the top of your screen, and you're going to have to find the frightful pools. Now these are where these event fish spawn, and they only spawn there. So when the pool is up, there'll be a giant orange beacon into the sky. You got to go to that area, and you got to fish in that area, and you got to hope that you get lucky enough to have the blue icon pop above your head and you catch a event fish, because that is all where they spawn. Once that pool goes away, you have to wait again for the next one to spawn. So you got to use your time wisely. You see that event pool spawn, you got to aim for it. Now first up is the Zombiefish. This guy can be caught with flakes during clear weather during the winter. However, this does not mean it has to be the winter. I actually caught this guy, I think, during the summer, or I think it was during like the summer season. And if you can't tell what season you're in, I mean, winter is probably the most obvious, but if you go down into the corner here and you hover over this little icon, it will say winter, autumn, spring, or summer. You can catch these fish during any season, but if you try to catch them during their season where they spawn, you'll probably have a better chance at actually getting them, especially if you're using the correct bait and during the correct weather. These chances are just going to go way up. Now next up is the Ghoulfish, and this guy can pretty much be caught whenever. If you want to try to aim for him, using squid bait is probably a good idea, but he will spawn during any season. As long as the weather's clear, you're going to have a pretty good chance of getting the Ghoulfish. I think I caught this guy 2 or 3 times, so I think he's probably one of the more common ones, but doesn't make him any harder to come by. Next up is the candy fish. Now for this guy, you are going to need to use flakes as your bait, try to aim for clear weather, and also aim for the winter season. Again, you can catch them whenever. I think I caught this guy during summer, so just keep, going and fishing. You'll catch him eventually. Next up is the Lurkerfish. Now this guy I didn't actually catch on camera. This was before I decided to make this video. But to catch this guy, it is recommended to use squid as your bait, and it has to be during foggy weather, and winter and autumn are your best seasons to try to catch this guy. Now, I think I also caught this guy during the night. Again, I don't have footage for this one, so I'm just going to say I think I caught him during the nighttime. But, again, it's all random chance, so just, keep going fishing, using that squid bait, and trying to get that weather and the seasons to line up. It's going to be kind of hard for this one, but, yeah, that'll increase your chances a ton in order to catch this guy. Now, next up is the Skelefish, and this is actually the last one that I caught. I even got lucky and got mine as a translucent Skelefish, but if we go into the bestiary, the bait for this one is a fish head, weather is clear, and the season is winter. I actually caught this guy with a fish head on my first try. I had been trying for so long, and I was like, you know what, I'll just try using a fish head and see if I can get this guy. First cast, and I got him. Most of the other guys I didn't use any bait on, but this guy I needed to use bait in order to get, but I eventually did, so thank God for that. And last but not least, we have Nessie. Now, Nessie is the hardest one, in my opinion, to catch, not only because she is a pain to catch when you're actually trying to catch her, but she does have a couple requirements in order for you to catch her. So obviously, she can only be caught in the frightful pool. And if we go into the bestiary, truffle worms are her preferred bait, weather, foggy, and time is night. Now, I actually caught mine during a clear, sunny day with, I think it was like unusual algae, which really boosted my luck chances of actually catching this. So you want to use a bait that like really boosts your luck chances up. I think that the algae helped me out a ton, but the truffle worms are obviously your go-to if you really want to aim for this one. And not only did I need the special bait, but I also had to go out and buy a brand new rod, the Steady Rod, which has a maximum catch of, I believe that's 100,000 pounds. Now, the reason I needed the Steady Rod is that I pretty much caught everything else with either the Haunted Rod or my Lucky Rod, but unfortunately neither of these guys had a max catch rate over 2,000. And that's what you need for Nessie. She is a big girl, okay? You need to have a rod that can catch between like 2,000 pounds and up. It has to be a rod that can handle that amount of weight, because if you're not using that, you're not going to be able to catch Nessie at all. I should also mention that, like with my Skelefish, all of these guys can come in different variations, so shiny, sparkling, any variation that you can think of, they can also be that. So if you want to get something really special, you could try to aim for a sparkling Nessie. I think that would be insane, but I really, that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare. But other than that, guys, I believe that is everything for this year's Fischfright event. If I missed anything, or I didn't cover anything, or if there's something at all that I missed, feel free to leave a comment down below. But I believe in this video I've showed you how to get all of your ingredients, to get all your special items, as well as have a better chance at catching every single fish from the event. Now, I should also say that, like, once the event is over, I imagine that these event fish are not going to be coming back until the next Fischfright event. So if you want to fill out your bestiary, might want to go do it now. Again, this event is really good for new players. You're going to be getting a lot of money. You're going to be getting a free boat and a bunch of bobbers and a free fishing rod. It is so worth hopping into the game now if you're a new player, because you're going to be doing so good. Like, I actually went from, like, I think level 17 to 32 in this event. I went up a ton of levels just because there was just so much good stuff in this event. But other than that, guys, that is really all I've got for this video. So if you guys liked this video, feel free to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, guys, it's Dragon Platinum signing out. Peace out, guys. Bye.